Hi, I'm Kenton. Welcome to the ring. I wanted to say just briefly to you that sometimes when you read things as heavy as the ring, they seem like too much to remember, and I want you to see that just little snippets, just little parts of the manuscript can be performed and be very, very effective. I also wanted you to see real-life performances and real-life reactions. In one case, for example, you'll see this person asking to see the ring more and more, and they really kind of want me to let them keep it. And even after the camera is shut off, as soon as she saw the camera shut off, she really said, anytime you want to come back and reshoot that would be fine with me. I really want to see that ring again. So the possession angle is a really strong angle. Unfortunately, a lot of people have taken the ring and the idea of optical rings and turned it into a little toy. It's a shame, because this is far, far more powerful than a simple little toy. If you use the ring the way I've suggested in the manuscript, I think you will find you have a strong piece of magic that enters into some other realm. So, watch a few clips, relax. Remember, the ring is going to work no matter what. The rest is all labels and words. And enjoy the ring. So Tony, I brought a very special little something. You know me, I have a lot of rings and things. This one I always keep separately because it's a little different. And I don't show it to just everyone, but you know, I thought maybe you'd like to see it. So I'm going to show it to you, but it's really important that we establish a couple of rules, all right? One is, when it starts to move later on and start feeling a breathe or anything, promise me you're not going to throw it across the room, all right? Because sometimes people scream really loud and throw it, and it doesn't like that, okay?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to show you. It's just a ring, but it's kind of, well, you'll see. It's a ring, and you can look at it. Don't touch it yet because it's got to get used to you. But if you look at it, you'll notice some people, as they get kind of fascinated as they watch it, and then they notice the ring. You can kind of look back and forth and look at the ring. And you notice sometimes the ring starts actually sort of, well, moving a little bit. You might notice it kind of shrinking on one side or getting bigger. And you can just go ahead and you don't have to touch it, but you can just hold on to the ring, hold on to the box. And as you look at it, you see what I'm saying? You can see it kind of moving around a little bit. Now I'm going to ask you to pick it up, but do it really carefully because sometimes it jumps out of there and stuff. So
take the ring out?
Yeah, take the ring up really carefully. But if it starts to like move a little bit, or if you see it like shrink or constrict like a snake around your finger or something, then set it back down because I don't want it to like get you. So because sometimes what happens is it starts to move, and you can look at it. That's okay, but it'll start sometimes to breathe along with you, get bigger and smaller. Some people see it starting to shrink a little bit. And as it does, it's real important if you feel it moving and shrinking or moving and growing, that you don't let it do too much, because people get like really fascinated when they see it starting to do that. You see that? Yeah, it's starting. Now it's going to probably feel a little weird as it starts to shrink around there a little bit. So you put it on your finger just to kind of train it, just really slowly. You know, be careful so it doesn't. Yeah, and you can feel it. Isn't that weird how it feels? Feel it. See it. Feel it like constricting around there, and you can actually feel it how it moves around your finger. Isn't that strange?
Oh, yes.
Isn't that weird? And you can see it getting a little bigger and stuff. Now watch, it'll start getting smaller again too if you just keep looking at it. You see it? Do you feel it tightening around there? It feels kind of odd, doesn't it?
Very.
Yeah. The only thing is, Tony, people look at it and they keep looking at it, and after a while they want to keep looking at it, and then they get lost in space. So, so I think you know the feeling I'm talking about, because it's already kind of like in that space already. So, isn't that strange? It feels a little weird. Is it getting warm or cool, or how's it feeling?
A little bit tight.
A little tight. Okay, we better take it off before it gets too unusual, and put it back in its little box and close its lid so it doesn't come out at us. Okay. Yeah, well, it's getting too big now. Okay, just let it rest. Then we'll let it rest. It's very strange, isn't it? So that's why I wanted to show you really, really quickly, so you know what it is. Now you know why you don't wear it.
I like the ring.
Yeah, I know. I have to take it. I'm sorry.
You can't have it?
I'm sorry. No, I have to take it. Really. Yeah, but it's kind of gets in your head, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Stephanie, I want to show you something that's really unusual. It's really different. I don't show this to just everybody, but you've been around me long enough that we've been in different places, and you know I do some kind of odd things. So you probably can handle it. It's just we've got to be careful how we treat it. That's all. All right.
Okay.
So And you know, I tend to wear a lot of different rings because they're all kind of magical things. This one, you've seen me do strange things with rings in the past, but this one I won't even wear, so we want to be really careful with it, which is why I have it in its own little box, all right?
Okay.
And I'm going to let you look at it, but there's a couple rules first. One is, when it starts moving around and you feel it start like moving or constricting, or you feel weird or all that stuff, just don't throw it across the room, all right? And
Okay.
don't scream too loud. Some people really scream, that's fine, but don't scream and throw the ring, okay? Just don't
Okay.
throw the ring, okay. First of all, it's pretty harmless looking to begin with. I just want you to look at it, but don't touch it yet. And it's a really interesting ring. What's unique about it is it kind of breathes by itself, and it kind of starts getting its own energy. And some people say it takes the own breath from the owner, so you have to be really careful around it. But if you look at the ring, you can just look at it a little bit, and as you look at it, just you might notice it kind of moving a little bit, or it'll start growing or shrinking, or you see it kind of bouncing up and down or anything like that. As you keep watching it, you might notice that it's just starting to get used to you, which is a good thing. So we don't want it to jump right out of there. You can pick it up now, but really carefully. The thing is, when you pick it up, as you look at it and examine it, if it starts like constricting, okay, or feels kind of weird or anything like that, set it right back down.
Okay.
Okay? All right, go ahead. Just be really careful. You can look at it. What do you want? But watch as it starts to move. You can feel the ring, and you might notice now as you look at it, it feels kind of weird.
Yes.
Yeah. and as it feels kind of weird, do you see it kind of starting to, is it moving for you yet? Because
It looks like it's opening.
it's starting to open? Okay. If it
Should I-
opens too much or it feels kind of weird, set it down. If it gets too strange feeling. But yeah, you need to set it up. Okay. It's going to get weirder yet in a minute. So before that happens, yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Okay.
When you feel it, it's like, ooh, it's
Yeah.
almost, yeah. So that's why I want you to get used to it slowly, because in a second I'm going to have you put it on your finger, all right? You want to be really careful when you put it on your finger, because if it starts not getting bigger, if it breathes and it starts constricting like a snake, and you feel it, then you need to take it off right away, okay? Otherwise, it's not real pleasant, so. All right, so you can go ahead and pick it up, and just be really careful putting it on and watch for it moving. If it moves really suddenly, set it right back down. If it moves slow, just make sure it doesn't, if it hurts, or it feels like tight at all, or it feels weird, just tell me and take it off. But as you put it on, you can watch it and kind of look at it on your finger. And you can actually kind of train it, but if it starts constricting around your finger like a snake, then you want to be really careful.
Okay, now it's closing.
It's closing. Do you feel it? You feel it and it's kind of moving in a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can try to get it to open up. Tell it to open up. Is it starting to open up for you?
Yeah, but it feels like it's getting tighter.
It feels like it's getting tighter, then better take it off.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Isn't that, see, it's kind of strange. Now the thing about it is it's really fascinating. So even though it's eerie, you probably notice your mind's kind of drawn to it and you want to keep looking at it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like takes over your mind, which is why we're really careful with it, because if people hold on to it for too long, it like consumes them and they keep going, no, I want to see the ring again. I want to see the ring again. So we have to be really careful. So I'm going to let you pick it up one last time to look at it, okay?
Okay.
Watch it. If it gets, it'll probably get tight on you again, but it's kind of like hugging you at this point because it's getting used to you. You felt that?
Yeah.
And it'll probably do that, and then it'll get to a point where it like kind of gives you a little extra energy or something. Don't worry, that's just kind of how it's like trying to give you an extra gift. All right? It's like a kind of little blessing thing it does. So go ahead and pick it up one last time and watch it. And watch if it moves really quickly, let me know, because that we have to be careful of. It's what? Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to keep watching it. See, I know it's getting, is it starting to shake? Can you feel it? Yeah? It's getting a kind of odd feeling again.
It's getting like it's fitting me perfectly now.
Yeah, it's kind of blending, like really hugging into you.
And
like
it's closing kind of.
Right. But is it unpleasant or is it okay?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Now in a second, you'll probably notice that feeling even a little tighter, but even more like warm and more kind of tingly sensation. And as that happens, you'll get like a sudden like sigh of relief. And when that happens, you can take the ring off. That means it's done.
Okay.
Still getting the energy?
Yeah, it's seems like it's getting a little bit tighter even.
Okay, take it off, and it's probably going to try to take some from you. We don't need it to do that. Put it and close it up because we don't want it to. Okay.
Okay.
The reason I like to share the ring with some things is because it's so amazing. You know, you'll remember it for the rest of your life, but also because it gives you a little gift. So when it like tries to from you, that's when we stop it. But in the process, it tries to exchange. That's why you felt it like molding in your finger.
Okay.
So it's trying to give you a gift. Now, I don't know what it is, and that's what's great about the ring. You don't have to know. What I know is that either next week or the next month, something's going to happen, and all of a sudden, it's going to hit you. Oh, I know what to do about it. And then you'll go, oh, that was back in the ring, and that's when it started, and the idea came to me, you know,
Okay.
a little later. So that's what it does, and that's why I like to share it with people I know and perform for, so that they can go, oh, okay. And then later I always get the calls and letters, and people say, wow, thank you, because this, you know, solved this problem. So let me know.
All right.
All right?
Thank you.
Thanks. I need to take that.